Bad news. Undefeated and promising heavyweight Jared Anderson was recently arrested. In this video, you will find out what he did, and I'll break down the information that is available right now. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Some more boxing news. This time, bad news. Jared Anderson, you guys see it on the screen, Mike Coppinger, ESPN, and he just re-upped his ESPN contract. Jared Anderson was arrested on Monday morning in Ohio. He's from the Midwest, from Ohio, and he was booked on charges of improperly handling firearms in a vehicle while knowingly under the influence and operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, per the jail records. Wow. This is heavyweight contender Jared Anderson arrested in Ohio. Heavyweight contender was arrested Monday morning in Oregon, Ohio, and booked on charges of improperly handling firearms in a vehicle while knowingly under the influence. I'm not sure exactly what that means, knowingly under the influence, because if you're under the influence, like, aren't you impaired? So I don't know. Whatever. If you guys know specifically that knowingly under the, like, knowingly, unknowingly, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Under the influence and operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, according to the Lucas County Corrections Center records. Anderson, 23, spent a little more than 8 hours in jail, was released just before noon per Correction Center records. Anderson's promoter, Top Rank, declined to comment through a spokesperson, and they might not even have all the details on, you know, what transpired and why it transpired. So that's not surprising. Anderson, 16-0, 15 knockouts, coming off a 5th round TKO victory of Rudenko in August. Big Baby fought twice previously. You know, he had the George Arias fight in April, and then he fought Charles Martin, a late replacement. Anderson fights out of Houston, is rated number 6 by ESPN at heavyweight. So just with that closing statement, that's not great news. Somebody who's rated almost cracking the top 5 per ESPN. And I'm not saying that ESPN is the gold standard for any type of rankings, because at the same time, there's a lot of people who they fail to acknowledge and rank. So still, the heavyweight division is pretty clear to see around who's where. You know, you got the top guys like Wilder, Joshua, Fury, and Usyk. You know what I mean? And just behind that, you got guys like Jared Anderson. But at the end, and Andy Ruiz, I would say, former champion, stuff like that. So to be that close, at least in this ranking, you know, top 10, and then you're having these types of issues, not necessarily the greatest. So to show all that promise and, you know, being active with Top Rank, he was just in Saudi Arabia, and then now you're back in America at home, and then run-ins with the law, not necessarily a great thing. Jared Anderson, talented fighter. You see him politicking with hey, it's me, Mike Tyson. I'm with the next heavyweight. I'm with all the guys. I practice the art of skullduggery, right? So he's politicking with legends, and then weeks after this, he actually spent some time with Roy Jones Jr. as well. And weeks after this, you know, at the end of the day, Jared Anderson has this situation where he's being arrested. So that's, you know, that's a high, going to Saudi Arabia, this event with Lil Baby. You got your advisor, Jay Prince, and all this, to look, he pictured with Kanye West, to all of a sudden, you know, being arrested. Not necessarily great stuff for him. I don't know the details at this point of recording the video. I don't know, because it says under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So I don't know the particular drugs or alcohol that was in his system, or why he had the gun, things like that. But we'll have to wait and see when more information is made available, and see what type of penalties, if this influences his career. Now, I will say this, I have noticed this, when it comes to like other fighters that are non-PBC fighters, stuff like this sometimes gets swept under the rug in terms of who's reporting. You notice, for me on my channel, I can only speak for myself, but no matter who has a situation, if it's top news, I talk about it. That's how I know I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Some, the usual suspects, they selectively report on these things. Like when Kovalev got in all these legal trouble and accusations from women and all this type of stuff, some people didn't talk about it. I did. When Gervonta Davis recently had issues with the law, like reported hit and run, right? I talked about it. And the funny thing is, when it's PBC fighters, other people, everybody, it seems like when it's PBC, it's everybody's business, right? Everybody was talking about Gervonta Davis and the court and him being thrown in jail for not listening to the judge, all that. Everybody's talking about it. But then some seem to fall under the rug. So I'll be anxious and keep my eyes peeled to see when it comes to Jared Anderson, if the same people who talk about it when Tank Davis, a PBC fighter, has a hit and run or court, or Errol Spence, because he had a DUI or whatever situation that caused his horrific accident a few years ago, everybody talks about it. Now, again, I understand the difference in Errol Spence being ejected from the car and Jared Anderson. It doesn't look like there was any kind of bodily harm, but the point remains is news is news. If you're going to talk about it, you got to talk about everything. And that's what I do on my channel. And I want you guys to see that and just pay attention to it, because there's a lot of propaganda. I don't have anything against Jared Anderson, Gervonta, Errol Spence. This, it's boxing. So this is newsworthy. So we talk about it, but not everyone works with the same morality and ethics as me. I keep it consistent no matter who's in charge. But again, for Jared Anderson, back to him, hopefully he gets this cleared up and learns from it. He's I think based on his size and his overall demeanor, I think people forget he's young. So at the same time he's dealing with this, he's 23 years old. So imagine if you were under a microscope since age 23, some of the dumb stuff that you did would just be followed and under a microscope and analyzed and stuff like that. So we always have to keep that in mind when it comes to celebrities going through these types of trials and tribulations. Because I know I'm glad when I was 23, the internet wasn't as cracking as it is now, where it's like every single thing you do. And I'm glad I wasn't in no type of limelight at age 23, because we did some foolish stuff out here in the Bay. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we'll see what's next for Jared Anderson. I don't think, as of me recording this video, he's made any kind of public comments. It's just something that now he's going to have to deal with. And hopefully these fighters learn, bro. I think these young fighters, they got to learn. You're around money. You're around other famous people. You're making some noise. It's just unfortunate to see careers that are potentially like disrupted by anything that has nothing to do with boxing. Like if you lose, you should lose in the ring, not lose outside of the ring. Like that's just how I look at it. You had Tyson Fury, who for the Ngannou fight, he was saying and promoting Jared Anderson. He was saying, this is the next great. When I'm done, this is the guy to take over. And then almost like a week or so later, 2 weeks later, you see this news of Jared Anderson being arrested for something that ultimately sounds and looks like it could have been avoided. So lesson learned. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Best in the business, and it's not even close. Subscribe, it's free. Check out some of my other videos. I'll be back with the heat. Here dig, get them out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.